and Smriti were at the Berlin Film Festival when we got the first phone call that Star was in. Gayatri called to say that we're in. And me and Smriti were in this little minivan, schlepping from one location to the other at the Berlin Film Festival. And there were, of course, other people. We were all squeezed like this, and we both screamed loudly and said, "Paise mil gaye!" So before you leave, just wanted to say thank you. Thank you. So the tagline for Star Network is inspiring a billion imaginations, and that's really what Jio MAMI hopes to do as well. So thank you.
Thank you so much for coming.
And now we can go back to script.
Well, Kiran, may I invite you to carry with the proceedings?
Hi, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to this press conference. Can everyone hear me? Yeah. Okay, first I want to start with an exciting announcement. Mrs. Nita Ambani has joined the Board of Trustees of the Mumbai Academy of Moving Image. She couldn't be with us here today, but she sends her best wishes, and really we welcome her to the Board of Trustees. We are so delighted to have her, and I think she'll be an invaluable asset to MAMI. So thank you, Nita. Thanks. Welcome, Mrs. Ambani. Jio MAMI 2015 will present 2 Excellence in Cinema Awards, one to an international personality and one to an Indian. So I'm thrilled to announce that our International Excellence in Cinema Award will be given to the iconic Israeli filmmaker Amos Gitai. In a career spanning more than 4 decades, Gitai has created landmark films and won laurels around the globe, including 2 Palme d'Or nominations. His latest film, Rabin, The Last Day, was premiered at the Venice Film Festival. And we are so delighted that he's going to be here to receive the award on the 29th. Our Indian Excellence in Cinema Award will be given to 2 legendary screenwriters who changed the course of Indian cinema. These 2 created several classics and forced the industry and audience to acknowledge the invaluable contribution of the writer. I'm speaking, of course, of Salim Khan and Javed Akhtar, Salim Javed. I think it's going to be quite a landmark occasion to have the 2 of them there together to get this award. And now, yes, Mrs. Ambani will be co-chair of the Board of Trustees. And now Festival Director Anupama Chopra will speak more about the vision of MAMI 2015. Over to you.
Thank you, Kiran. First of all, I also want to welcome Nita, who couldn't be here because of unscheduled travel, because of the ISL. Football has gotten in the way of movies. But, you know, honestly, we're here because of the generosity of a lot of people. And first among them, Jio and Mrs. Ambani, Star Network, because these people put faith in us when we had very little. And our third partner I want to thank, which not many people know about, is the government of Maharashtra. You know, I have never in my life as a film critic and a journalist really had an opportunity to interact with any government. And I was a bit intimidated and I didn't know what to expect. And we met the Honorable Chief Minister, Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, in January. All of us were there. And since then, his office has just been behind us. They have enabled us every step of the way. There's an officer on special duty, Mr. Kaustubh Davse, who I stalk on a regular basis. And he has, you know, any roadblock, they have stood behind us. So really, honestly, thank you to all these people, Jio, Star, Government of Maharashtra, for making the impossible possible, because when we began, it was a skeletal crew and a 75 lakh debt. And here we are. So thank you. The larger vision at Jio MAMI is to engage, entertain, provoke, reveal. We want to create a sort of movie-soaked week that gives you the best in Indian and international cinema. We want to foster cultural exchange. We want to shape a cinematic sensibility. But before and above everything else, we want to celebrate in cinema and the joy that it brings into our lives. Jio MAMI is an inclusive movie feast. Let's have a little glimpse of what we're going to bring to you in 2015. International program is headed by Anu Rangachar. She and associate programmers, there's Dipanjana Pal, I see her, Rashid is right there. They sifted through over 450 films to bring the best to Mumbai. We have 15 titles in international competition, 57 titles in world cinema, and a few more are being confirmed as we speak. We're just so greedy, we can't say no. So every few hours, some email comes and like, yeah, isko bhi kar lete hain, isko bhi kar lete hain. We're gonna go mad. I have white hair already. So I think you guys should just plan to take the week off to watch these movies, because otherwise you're going to miss gems like these: Assassin by Hu Shaoxin, Jafar Panahi's Taxi, Jacques Audiard's Deepan, which won the Palme d'Or at Cannes this year, Pablo Larraín's The Club, Gia Janke's Mountains May Depart, Paolo Sorrentino's Youth, From Afar by Lorenzo Vigas, which won the Best Film Award last month at the Venice Film Festival. There's also Atom Egoyan's Remember, Hong Sang-soo's Right Now, Wrong Then, Nani Moretti's Mia Madre, which just made me weep, Davis Guggenheim's He Named Me Malala. This year, documentaries are part of the World Cinema section. So we have a package of films on screen legends, such as Ingrid Bergman in Her Own Words, and Gia Janke, A Guy from Fenyang by Walter Salles. The Restored Classics has 6 films, including Pyasa, the Apu Trilogy, and Belladonna of Sadness. 2015 is also the 5th year of Jio MAMI's collaboration with UniFrance and the French Embassy. There will be a package of 9 films under Rendezvous. Okay, guys, if I keep going, we'll be here all day. So just look for more titles in your press kit. And I'm going to hand it over to Kiran, who is going to talk about a new section that we're adding, and experimental cinema.
So this new section, which I'm really excited about, is called Half Ticket, and it's a children's section. It's curated by the most talented Monica Wahi. The section is essentially has been introduced to develop the future audience of cinema. So we have a wide array of films that will appeal to young people, people as young as 5 years, up to about 15 years of age. And we've tied up with about 37 schools in Mumbai to have children attend the festival. The opening film will be Nagesh Kukunur's Dhanak, which won the Grand Prix at Berlinale for the Generation K+ jury, and also a special mention by the children's jury in the Generation section. And the section will have 25 features and shorts from 15 countries. Again, here we had some 433 films submitted, of which these 25 have been selected. And most of the films are nominated or have been awarded at festivals like the Berlinale, IDFA, Toronto, Annecy, etc. We also have, I think, an Oscar-winning film, Song of the Sea, or nominated, I'm not exactly sure. Interestingly, post the screenings, we are going to have facilitators who will be there to conduct discussions and activities with the kids. So we thought that that's going to be quite an interesting thing for children to actually, kind of engage post the screening. And another novel idea we had this year was to create a children's jury, which will have, there will be 2 juries of 14 children aged between 9 and 15. And they will give the Silver Gateway Awards, 2 awards, one for Best Feature and one for a short film. And the last interesting thing in this section is that we're also going to have a film writing workshop for young people. There'll be 3 mentors at this workshop, Zoya Akhtar, Imtiaz Ali, and Avinash Arun, who will mentor 12 children. So that is Half Ticket. The other section I'd like to talk to you about is a bit of a personal favorite. It's a section on experimental cinema. And this year at Jio MAMI, we present a program of special screenings and discussions in a section that we've titled Experiments in Film Form. It's a two-day section curated by Avijit Mukul Kishore and Rohan Shivkumar. And it's an introduction to the questions that filmmakers have engaged with and strategies they've employed in their exploration of and experiments in image making. The program has 8 sessions and will focus on different themes concerning film form. And each session will be introduced by an expert, and there will be a discussion following the film. And the experts will sort of contextualize the concerns addressed within the film or the section of films. We start off with an introduction to experimental film. We'll have fiction films that push the boundaries of the conventions of genre and narrative. We have some radical experiments in documentary and state propaganda films. And we've also got a section that really looks at the expanded film form, which takes visual art into the spaces of the internet and the gallery. So the highlights of this program are Derek Jarman's film Blue, which I think will be screened for the first time in India. Leviathan, which is by the Harvard Ethnography Lab. It's the sensory ethnography lab by Harvard, which makes the ethnographic film really immersive. We have Pankaj Advani's mind-twisting narrative, Urf Professor. The experimental documentaries of SNS Shastri, made for Films Division. Amit Datta's Aadmi Ki Aurat Aur Anya Kahaniyan. And the visual art practice of Camp. That's the experimental cinema section. It's a 2-day section. And moving on to Dibakar.
Okay, first of all, I really want to thank you for having me here. And I frankly admit that I really don't deserve this honor, because these guys have done all the hard work, and I'm just here with my crib sheet. So, thank you, and I really, really wish Mami great success, because we really need festivals like Mami, because these are cultural icons for cities, and these are cultural icons for our culture. I'm going to tell you about the India story. India story is, of course, about the Indian films. So, Jio Mami this time is focusing on India story as a gateway to the Indian cinema. It showcases the best Indian films here. And also, it's also about celebrating the local film industry, the local Indian film industry, and giving them a sense of pride. The Indian film selection at this year's festival has been curated by Beena Paul and Deepti Dakuna. I know them personally. They have been the most indefatigable curators of film festivals in India for the last many years, and you couldn't have better curators than them. This year, the festival got an unprecedented 248 feature film submissions in 29 languages, including Pashto, Wanchu, and Jaunsari, and the last one I didn't even know the existence of. 100 of these arrived in the last day of the deadline. Now that's the India story. The selection of Indian films includes 13 world premieres and 14 India premieres. And the audiences at Jio Mami will get a chance to watch 31 Indian films that have never been shown in India before. 13 films are competing for the Best Film Award in the India Gold section. There are 12 fiction features and 6 documentaries in the India Story section. And now, what are these films about? These films are actually about the diverse and yet always recurrent theme of the comment on the current state of affairs in the particular region where those films originate from. So these films are local. These films are about their own region, and yet these films are the most unique and universal story of India when seen in totality. You see these films and you get to see India. You don't need to travel. These are stories about the resilience of the human spirit, about fighting against the system, the terrible rural poverty and violence that still exists in India, and we need to see them. These films are also very contemporary and define the styles and the tropes and the modes of Indian cinema as they evolve today with an evolving Indian audience. This also includes the documentaries, many of which follow unforgettable characters and blur the line between fiction and documentary. And I request all of you to support all these talented filmmakers by being an enthusiastic first audience for all these films. And now, a little bit off the script. I'll just take 1 minute. I'm very happy to be here, and I'll tell you what Mami means to me. As India kind of progresses or kind of moves towards a future where, you know, dissent and all kind of protest and all kind of diversity is being slowly strangled. And as a large mass of Indians stand helpless, inert, probably a little apathetic also, watching a phenomenon where the love of India is in the name of loving India, there's unspeakable violence being committed against Indians. And I see Mami as this unique and different experiment of expressing love for India. By celebrating, by showing to all of us that India which we all love, India the plural, India the diverse, India the tolerant, India the forever exciting. And I think festivals like Mami are the real way of all of us, the silent minority of the great Indian majority, to say that we love India and we love the diversity of India. Some of the films showing at Mami, which are the notable films which I would like to mention, are Raj Kahini by Srijit Mukherjee, an epic story set during the partition. Nacho Ya Kumpasar, or Let's Dance to the Rhythm, based on old Goan music tradition. The Threshold, starring Neena Gupta and Rajat Kapoor. Placebo, a deeply personal documentary on institution of education in contemporary India. And For the Love of a Man, on the cult phenomenon of Rajnikant, that I will see. And now back to you, Smriti. Thank you.
Wow, I'm not accustomed to doing this. Filmmakers to find distributors and audiences. Jio Mami's superlative programming team has curated between 10 to 15 finished films that are seeking distribution. These films, which are across languages and regions, will be pitched to a group of invited distributors across platforms, theatrical, digital, television, airlines. We want new talent and new voices to find platforms for their work. The market is being produced by Samir Modi of Pocket Films. Hi, Samir. And now it's over to Niharika Bijli, who will talk about a new section called After Dark.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me here today. I'm going to go off script for just 1 second as well. I just want to say on behalf of the team, very passionate team at PVR Cinemas and at PVR Pictures, we're very excited to be a part of this extraordinary endeavor. Because at PVR, you always want to enhance the moviegoer's experience. And this is what Mami and these extraordinary people beside me, that's what they're doing. Because through this, they're catering to a wider audience who are looking for different ideas, who are looking to be educated by film, who are looking for something different. So a big thank you to everyone. And as a film enthusiast, really thank you. So I agree with you there. The section I'm going to talk to you about today is called After Dark. And it will bring a fantastic set of genre films to Mumbai. So these would include horror, thriller, and science fiction films. Genre films are a mainstay in the world of cinema. Many of our favorite directors like Sam Raimi, Jonathan Demme, Wes Craven all started their careers with genre films. So this section has been curated by Jong-suk Thomas Nam, who is the artistic director at BIFF in South Korea. He is also the managing director of Network of Asian Fantastic Films. Got that right, yeah. In this section, we have five films. An opening film is called Ludo by Nikon and Q. And now I'm going to hand over to Vishal, sir.
Hi. First, I think we must admit over here that Anu and Kiran, they both saved this festival for us. And thanks for saving this. Yeah, I think we should be very honest about it, that they both saved it. And only I think a female heart could do this. कोई मेल नहीं आगे आने वाला था. So they are like our Rani Lakshmi Bai and Jhansi ki Rani, who saved this festival for this city. Imagine this city without this festival. I mean, एक ही festival था हमारे पास और वो भी चला जाता. Thanks a lot, Kiran and Anu. So we are talking about the tributes over here. So Jio Mami is an inclusive movie feast. So if horror and blood aren't your thing, you might want to check out the tributes. Our international tribute is to the great French director Agnès Varda, who was given the honorary Palme d'Or this year. Varda, who directed her first film in 1955, is also known as the grandmother of the new wave. Our Indian tribute is to Chetan Anand, who celebrates his 100th birth anniversary this year. Let's have a clap for Chetan ji. We think of Chetan Anand as the man who made the great war film Hakikat. Yes, he did. But his contribution to Hindi cinema goes far beyond that. I remember, Heer Ranjha, which was the made in complete poetry. It was in complete, by Kafi Saab ne jiska likha tha. वो पूरी film शायरी में लिखी गई थी. Yeah. Right from his first film Nicha Nagar, which won an award at Cannes, Chetan Anand's film showed a human touch done in a poetic way. Chetan Anand marched to the sound of his own drum. The Chetan Anand tribute will be curated by author and founding editor of The Wire, Siddharth Bhatia. And now, Siddharth.
So, I've been tasked with sort of telling you guys what the grand finale is all about. But before I did that, I just want to echo what Dibakar, Vishal, Niharika have said already. That a few months ago we actually were sitting in Vinod Chopra Films and sort of scrounging around to figure out exactly how it is that this festival would be able to come together. And I must say that Anu and Kiran have done such an incredible job in motivating us, in driving the whole team, in just ensuring that, they got the right minds together to be able to give Bombay the festival that it deserves. So, for one last time, a big hand to the two of them. And so the grand finale, this year Jio Mami introduces what we call the Mami Movie Mela. It's a one-day celebration of cinema. So on October 31st, when you walk into Mehboob Studios, you'll enter a different world. A world of movie characters, movie merchandising, movie books, DVDs, and above all, movie conversations. We've got some of our leading directors and actors at Mehboob Studios talking about their work and their life. Rishi Kapoor will do a masterclass. Since he's been taking everyone's class on Twitter, this is a chance for him to actually take that forward and do a masterclass. Rajkumar Hirani and Abhijat Joshi will be talking about creating blockbusters. I think you'll find the whole industry there sitting in to figure out whether they have some magic formula to do that. Alia Bhatt will be there. So will Parineeti Chopra, Arjun Kapoor, Aditya Roy Kapoor, Ayushmann Khurrana, and many more exciting names. And Jio Mami's new partners, The Viral Fever, will give you a little glimpse into what to expect there. So I'm going to hand over to Anu now, who has to top that.
Yeah, I can't. So big applause for the TVF team right there. Well done. Thank you. So this Mami movie, Jio Mami Movie Mela, this movie Carnival is something I've dreamed about for a long time, but I'd never thought of marrying it with the festival. That idea belongs to Kaushik Roy, who's on that front row. I'm praising you, Kaushik, don't look afraid. So the Mami Movie Mela is his brainchild. He said, but just do it here. My co-curator and partner in crime is right there, Mr. Rajiv Masand. Please, big hand. And I have to tell you that our meetings for the Mami Movie Mela are actually the most fun part of this festival because Rajiv knows shit that nobody else does, okay? And I can never figure out his blind items. So the first order of the day is, but who are these people? And he always tells us. And of course, the producer on the Mela is the amazing Kalpana Nair, who is right there. We also have the revamped Indian diaspora section called Discovering India, curated by another amazing woman, Uma Dakuna. Okay. All my festival memories have Uma in them. For as long as I can remember, no matter which part of the world I'm in, Cannes, Toronto, Uma is there consuming movies ferociously. So as you can see, guys, it's a reinvented and very scaled up festival. We've been able to do this, honestly, because of the support of our sponsors. We found incredible partners who've shown faith in us. And I'm going to name them, so please bear with me. Mumbai Mirror, Knowledge Partner Eros International, PVR Cinemas, Airline Partner Turkish Airlines, Hospitality Partner JW Marriott. Where are you, Pav? Stephanie? Yay! Registration Partner Book My Show. Kumar, where? Yay! These guys are doing just the most fabulous job. And I bug them all like, uska registration nahi hua hai. And they're like, it works, just do it again. And of course it works. I just don't know how to use it well. Technical support partners, Real Image, HTFC Limited, Regal Theatre. Where? There, thank you so much. Legal partner, Solomon and Company. Security partner, Iris Unifrance. Alexander, where are you? Thank you. Radio partner, 92.7 Big FM. And guys, we're thrilled, especially thrilled, to announce one more new partnership and award at Jio MAMI. I want to call up on stage Prerna Langa, the CEO of Yes Foundation, to announce a new award.
It's my absolute privilege on behalf of Yes Foundation to partner with Mumbai's own Jio MAMI Festival and to announce a special award. It's the Yes Foundation Social Impact Award. As I echo what Dibakar said, it's very important to use films to highlight the love that we have for India and the positives that we have in India rather than the news that divides us. So the Yes Foundation Social Impact Award, we believe will give a huge impetus to professional filmmakers to drive responsible citizenship through films and strike a chord within people encouraging positive social actions. At Yes Foundation, we believe strongly in the power of media and we believe in the power of youth. So we have a large short social filmmaking challenge called Yes, I'm the Change. And this year we had over 5 lakh youth participating from all across India, highlighting the positive social messages across India, the community heroes that are doing wonderful work across India. So we are very pleased to partner with MAMI and introduce this particular award. The whole idea is we believe that it will bring social into mainstream. And this award aims at creating a new mindset in professional filmmakers to make more socially relevant films, touch millions of lives, and mobilize social action. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you, Prerna. And before we wrap, I also want to acknowledge the generosity of the film industry. Stalking is my middle name. FOC is my other middle name, because we can't pay for anything. But they've all unfailingly given their time, their talent, their money. A.R. Rahman created a signature tune for the festival. Masaba is creating special gifts for our juries. Mr. Ajay Bijli ran our call for registrations, call for films across PVR theaters in the country, which is why we got 248 films to enter. And like Dibakar said, 100 of those came on the last day. But everybody has put themselves out. And then there's Vikramaditya Motwani, who's not here because he's shooting his own film. But despite the pressure of having his own film, he actually directed the campaign promo film for MAMI. And everyone we asked, Mr. Bachchan, Amir, Kangana, everybody gave us time and did what we asked them to. So this is truly, truly Mumbai and the Mumbai Film Industries Festival. I want you to have a look at the film that Vikram created, and then we can open it up for Q&As. Thank you. Okay, we can take questions. Anyone has any? Yes. Yeah, right there.
Siraj Sayyed, and heartiest congratulations to all of you for making this possible. We hope that with the journalist at the top, there will be some change.
Top, no.
We're sharing the top, let's say that. The last few previous editions of MAMI have followed a strict policy of preventing journalists and critics from attending the opening function, the film mart, and the closing function. And only a very, very select few television journalists were allowed. There was a strong policy in place. People were actually pushed out and told point blank that anybody who writes for print or web is not allowed to enter these functions. I hope that will change with Anupama in place.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Pankaj Sabnani from glamsham.com. I would like to ask Anupama or Kiran this question. Last year, there was a point where this festival was almost not possible. So I want to know, how did the turnaround happen? And this year, did you make any changes so to make this festival what it is and to get so many sponsors and partners on board? And the second question is, why is it now called Jio MAMI, and the Jio aspect? Can you talk a bit about that?
Yeah, last year it did almost collapse due to the lack of funds, and everybody, I think, came together, the film industry, corporates, individuals, there was also crowd funding, so many, many people donated and made the festival possible. And yeah, this year it's been a long, tough journey, and it's called Jio MAMI because Reliance Jio is the title sponsor.
Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's just a corollary to the gentleman who asked the first question. Can there be a reason given for the non-entry? Could it be for discipline? Could it be for something else which can be cured? If there is a possibility.
You know,
Have everybody understood? I just mentioned why the entry was not given.
Guys, what's the audio issue?
No, Kiran, I have a mic, yeah? Hi. Good Pathak from 9XM. Debakar here spoke about the stifling censorship problems that the country... Check 1, 2, 3. So Debakar spoke about how dissent is being heavily discouraged in the times that we're living in, and it's become difficult to be tolerant, whether it's movies, theater, or anything. Today we woke up to the news of Kamal Swaroop's documentary Battle for Banaras, which was supposed to premiere at MAMI, but that couldn't happen. So specifically directed at Debakar, Vishal, and Kiran, filmmakers who've constantly challenged the notions of censorship, how does a festival sort of become a voice of reason, or does it just encourage people to have that space which would conventionally be challenged by, the censor board or anything? And despite that, films are not being able to premiere.
One sec, I
let-
think
let
Anu
me
should
just
first clarify the
yeah.
situation. and then-
Actually, we have to send our list. So either we can screen films either if they have a censor certificate or if they've been given a censor exemption. So we have sent our list for censor exemption, which includes Mr. Kamal Swaroop's film, to the INB ministry, and we're waiting to hear. So that's where that situation is right now. Dibakar?
First of all, I wasn't really alluding to the censorship or the certification issue when I was talking about that. I think what happened, what I was trying to say, and I was really trying to say it holistically and globally, is that film festivals, music festivals, literary festivals, festivals of local theater, festivals of people getting together and talking, actually let other people hear about other people's points of view unfiltered. And when you hear somebody who's very alien to you, sitting in front of you and talking about his life and how he treks 20 kilometers every day to get water, suddenly the water problem becomes much more real to you. And the next day when you put on your jacuzzi, you're just a little more aware of that 20-kilometer guy, the guy who walked 20 kilometers for water. So when you see a film about distant Kashmir, or when you see a film about a boy in Kerala, where we won't go, when you see a film about a village in Bihar which is trying to educate itself, when you see a documentary about some person, what happens is that you go back a little more educated about how the other people live. And I think that's all we are about. Humans need to know how other humans live. And films are a very potent way of letting each other know how other human beings live. Because we're all curious. We all want to know what other people are. And then what happens is that if I know how a Bihari lives, or a Kashmiri lives, or a Malayali lives, and what are his joys and what are his sorrows, then no one can come and tell me that that person is an other, that that person is an alien, because I've decided for myself that he's not. That's what a film festival does.
Are we done, guys? Anybody? Yeah? I hope we didn't bore you to tears. Yes, yes. Dibakar has a question.
How did you guys think of such lovely categories? Because I've never really all these things like experimental films and, for kids, after dark and all that. This is like a feast for film fans. So, did you guys brainstorm around this? How did you figure out these categories?
Brainstorm is kind of a euphemism, a polite way of saying that we sat and we, of course, fought over every section and bargained with each other. Okay, you can have movie mela so long as I get experimental film and all that kind of negotiation.
Her fear is my really populist taste.
So we've done mandaulis and really we this is our wish list. We really wanted to have and distribution, a market, Dibakar. It's such an exciting thing. This year it's just a one-day thing, and we are hoping it'll lead to some doors opening for distribution for Indian films. But this is our first sort of commitment towards Mami going the distance and creating a platform for filmmakers to be able to market and distribute their films at the festival.
The After Dark category is really interesting. What is curious is that why is it confined to thriller and horror? There are some other categories of human behavior that will definitely fall in the After Dark category. Such as some famous 3-letter and 4-letter words which I can never utter, but I can allude to. It's also a genre in filmmaking. Is that because of censorship issues, or is it because it's never considered?
No, it's been curated, by somebody who's, I mean, I have to tell you honestly, I haven't seen one film out of these because I'm just a wuss and I won't put these images in my head. So, in fact, I don't think Smriti has seen these either. Also, all of us, you know, Thomas Jong-suk, yeah. So we have a curator who's decided, who watches, who specializes in this, and he decided.
I think he's alluding to the absence of erotica.
Absolutely.
Let's cut to that.
So Jong-suk decided
Absolutely.
what counts.
Absolutely. I mean, erotica is essentially the most after dark thing that one can think about. You've confined that to the daylight hours. Okay. That's revolutionary. Yes. Thank you.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, you do.
Hello. A little offbeat. Can there be instituted a Mami Marathon Award, which could be for the person who's seen the maximum film and written on
That's
it?
a good one. That's a good one. No, but thank you all. Kiran, you want to say something? No. I just wanted to say thank you. What I'd like you all to go away with is, Dibakar, when you say so many categories, is we want it to be an inclusive movie feast. So no matter what your taste is, we have a film for you. So please come.